Okay, so I remember as a kid, man, you had a album. I'm not tell you, I have photographic memory. The Twisted Black, I remember. Like, I can see him right now standing on the side of you. When I walked in, that's all I seen was a guy with a hat cocked to the side, leaned over, tall, skinny guy, Dickie suit on, black. You know what I mean? That's my memories of you, seeing you as a kid.
Right.
And I remember my cousin used to play this song all the time. And then, don't get me, we was huge fans of you. Huge fans. I remember I want to say you performed at Rosedale Park one time when we was younger. It had to be Rosedale Park. It couldn't be nowhere else. It had to be
Sycamore or something.
It was Sycamore. That's what it was.
Okay.
Sycamore. Okay. So Sycamore. If I want to say it was Sycamore or either Rosedale, but I remember y'all was handing out the CDs, handing them out, and it's my cousin. He just could not get off of it. He put me on this at an early age. I want to know now, since I'm face to face with you, the coldest summer ever. I think that's the coldest song ever.
Wow.
I think you're the best storyteller ever to do it. To put that in the track, and I wasn't even there. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if the story. I'm just, I'm saying, I don't know if the story is true or not.
Right.
In my mind, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
I'm playing everything over and over and over. I'm playing out the warehouse, the scope. I'm birds. I'm seeing it all.
Right.
I mean, the storytelling ability. Where did it come from?
That's a gift, and I don't say that to be arrogant.
Yeah.
Because I recognize that I have a gift, right? And then I recognize that I'm just a regular old Joe, right? But that's my gift.
Yeah.
To put words together. Even in conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's just my gift.
Yeah.
And so I'm able to see something in my head, whether it be true or not true, and literally see it from front to back. See it, and so I'm able to. I do that with my music. On this new album, Federal Guidelines, a lot of people like, man, I want to hear you tell stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell a bunch of stories.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do. I got a lot of shit I want to say.
You get off your chest.
I gotta get this off.
Yeah.
I
we fiends for it though.
I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And I love doing it.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
Telling stories. That's why I wrote a book.
Right.
Told a mean story. It's called Bought Sentence. Tough book, but storytelling is my thing. But you have to do it in a way in music to where it's more than just listening to, because times done change, right? From when you were growing up.
Right.
These youngsters now, they want to hear stories, but you gotta have something else in there. I don't know if it's gunshots or the format, the way we rap, the patterns have changed, so you gotta be creative.
Right.
Other than that, then I'm gonna be a dinosaur. I'd be like just a nigga that used to rap that, he used to be good type shit. You know what I mean? You gotta take those stories and make them entertaining and able to reach the masses.
Right.
That's my goal. So, but that song right there was not a true story.
Okay.
But it was real characters. Every single one of them.
Got you.
Yeah.
Man, I want the story to be kind of real, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, listen, put it like this. There are stories, you can't just tell the real story. Because, I don't want to sit up here and be making rap songs and get them jammed up.
Right.
You feel
Got
me?
you.
So, put it like this. All of the characters are who they are.
Right.
Yeah. Or were who they were, probably.
Real people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And do you get that from a lot of people, that's people's favorite song?
Yeah. Yeah, in the store. Yeah, I do. A lot of people enjoy it. You know, like listeners, true hip hop heads that listen. That one right there. They talk about that one. Not for me. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it was a good one. Yeah.
Okay. So I also remember, and you know, I have to keep referring back to when I remember because this is authentic. I can't make this up.
Right.
And it's like I know you got a lot of people that can vouch, but I remember 31 years old. Yo, it wasn't a joke. I remember one song you came out with. I'm a fool with it.
Right.
I want to know how did you come up with it?
I came up with that. I came up with the song from watching my partners, because at the time because like you said, I'm kind of reserved and laid back a little bit, but my partners, you know, my everyday guys like T-Cag, Lil Lee, Mo Money Rio, they were a little younger than me.
Yeah.
And they was just a little more, you know, swagged out, you know. And I'm kind of, you know, like I said, I'm not docile, but I'm just laid back.
Yeah.
So I needed something that they could relate to. So I took each one of them and I put it on the hook, basically. What he would do, and what he would do. You know, the Caprice, the Wing Dogs,
wow.
Lil Lee, and I made that the hook. So I knew it couldn't miss with the hook, and I did me in between the lines on the verses. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, I you know, I watched you. I never heard you talk about that though, right there.
Yeah, no. Nobody asked the question. That was a good question.
Yeah.
You know.
And the song was like, if you was in Fort Worth, you know. Just Texas, period.
Right.
I thought that was a hit.
Man, that was a fucking hit, man. I knew it from the time Toom gave it to me, and that's when them bitches locked me up, though.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I started pushing it first because Toom it was like a challenge. He was like, I give it to you and you can make it pop, man. Then we get money together. Because other than that, he wanted $30,000 a beat. And I got 3 beats from it. But he said, hey, if you make it pop and they want to give us a deal behind it, well, then we'll just break bread at the table. So,
right.
So versus me spending 90 grand on 3 beats,
right.
I started pushing that motherfucker. Me and JT, we started pushing, hit the street. We all over the place. Back then, you had to work for this shit, you know. So we all the way up through the Midwest, all the way to Southeast, Southwest, Louisiana. We pushed it and it took off. And then right when it took off, man, so we had like, I like to say 9 deals, 9 different offers on the table.
Right.
And shit, I get locked up.
Did you sign any?
He ended up signing with TVT. I was over there with Yo Gotti, Yin Yang Twins,
right.
Lil Jon, all of them back then. But shit, I signed a deal from prison.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to lie to the dude. You know, I'm sorry, brother, I had to lie. I used to lie to him and tell him that I was at the boxing gym because he knew I was in the boxing. So I'd be like,
oh, it's loud in the background.
Yeah. He'd be like, he said, what's that noise in the back? I'm like, shit, I'm at the boxing gym with my son, man, bringing him up here. And so after a couple of times, because right now we just trying to get the paperwork together and shit, you know, so I could sign the motherfucking deal. So one day he was like, hey, man. He said, well, yeah. I said, I'm at the boxing gym. He said, hey, Black. Hey, man, the street's talking. And I knew he knew right there. I said, what they say?
It wasn't no internet back then.
No.
Wow.
And he was way in New York. Yeah, so I said, what they say? But you know, niggas was hating back then. Hate didn't just start. Hate been going on since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got at him like, hey, that nigga in the Fed. You know? And at the time, so I told him, he said, man, I heard streets talk. I said, so what they say? He said, they say you locked up. I said, well, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm locked up. I said, but I'm gonna beat this shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to trial and I'm gonna beat it. And he copped clean with me. He was like, when my brother went through that, he said, I'm gonna push your deal on through. He said, and we gonna ride with you. And that's what they did. They pushed my deal through, they cut me the checks. You know, I couldn't get everything because I couldn't fulfill my obligation of it, you know, my total obligation, right? And they cut me the checks, you know. I was able to pay my lawyer, let them rip me off and fuck me out my money, all that old shit they do. But and they rolled with me to put Yo Gotti on one of the songs. You know, Yo Gotti sent me a shout out. You know,
right.
That was cool. So
yeah, then Snoop Dogg.
No, China White. I don't know about Snoop.
Right.
I never heard it.
Yeah.
They did a bunch of shit, but they tried. You know, they stuck around. But once I lost it and they came with 30, you know, shit, everybody was like, shit, it's over with. That nigga done.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.